A data source is basically a connection between your application server and your database. The data source connects your JPA-enabled applications to the provided persistence source. To set up a data source, you will need two components. One is a database driver, generally provided by your database vendor, and two, a data source definition. In the past, a deployable ds.xml file might also be used, and while this is still supported, it's not recommended in production. To make the database driver available to your server, you may either deploy a JDBC Type 4 driver jar to your server group, or you may load the file as a module. Here, we show a driver that has been deployed as a jar. It has already been assigned to all of our server groups, and so all of our servers will have access to it. However, we still need to do the second part and create a data source. To create a data source, use the Data Sources page on the profile screen. Here we see the JB Travel data source, which you'll be creating a little bit later. The data source controls the connection to the database. One of the key factors is the pool size, which controls the number of connections to the database. Note that on each selection, there is a help link which describes the variables which may be set. This can come in very handy since some of the variables may seem a little esoteric to begin with. If you wish to deploy as a module, you will need to create one in your installation directory. Here, our installation directory, jb248/opt/JBoss EAP 6.0, has a modules directory. Inside the modules directory, I have created the module for Postgres. The path is org Postgres QL main. Within the main directory, I have placed my driver jar, similar to what I deployed, and also created a simple modules XML. The module XML file defines the resource of Postgres-9.0-801.jar, that is, our driver jar file, and also any dependencies required by the module. Now that this is a deployable module, I can use it within my drivers, and it will be loaded only on demand from a running application.